Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video we got to get ready for the layers coming into the tunnel. If we nip outside, it's really windy. I'm going to try not to fall over here, but the layers are on their last, that's their last move before they get joined onto the tunnel here. So the tunnel is, I got just in the sun, but what I would describe as a mess. So today's job is to get all the stuff that's inside here put away. It's used for various stuff over the summer, so we got to get all that put away and get ready to dock our eggmobile. We got loads of stuff in here, from stanchion for milking goats, fence posts. We got some ply and some welt mesh, which you need for another project. We've got hurdles because we had goats in here. I've got a load of cardboard which I had got for making beds, which I probably might use in the spring, so we'll store that. And a solar panel. We've got some plastic bags. And this side we've got some straw, some more pallets, more gates. What I think we'll do is this stuff, a lot of the stuff will get stored in the brooder, which needs to get cleaned. So let's go look at the brooder first. This is our brooder, which is really been the dumping ground, but I've got a last piece of I'll flip these around here. So the last thing I need to do, I need to get the last of this bedding out of here, pull up the plastic, and then we can bring the stuff from the polytunnel and store it in here. And then some wet day, then I got to come in here and organize all this, because from all the projects and leftover stuff, I try to keep the farm as clean as possible, but it's like everywhere there's a place where you just dump stuff, and this is my place. So some wet day I'm going to come in here and organize all this, and don't know what I'm going to do with this space. I've actually been toying with the idea of making a little woodwork shop out of it, because I don't think I'm going to brood it next year. Just the way the price of organic feed, it's not worth doing chickens for me, I don't think. I've got some other plans for next summer, what I'm hoping to do. I've got a pile of chicken put in the freezer, so I'm thinking of not brooding. And what I could do with this space, because I got a ton of woodworking machines and stuff that are in storage that don't really get used much, that I should make something of it. But for now I'm just going to organize everything in here. And again, this is, I've got all these ideas, but I never followed through in half of them. One thing I want to say is apologies for some of the audio in a few of the last videos. I'm just trying to figure all that out, and I have got some good audio equipment. I just need to figure out how to set it up right and get all that going. So job now, let's get rid of the last of this wood chip. Before I go and do that, I've got a head gate that's sitting here. I'm going to put that into the brooder first. I normally fix it onto two gates, if we need to put the cattle through there to check on them or anything. I actually didn't have to use it this year, so I'm going to get that in out of the way as well, just so it's kept safe. First job to do is disassemble all these gates, and then what I'll do is I'll make a stack of them, and then I'll carry them into the brooder. These little hurdles, sheep hurdles, are a really good investment. These are 4-footers. I think these are 5-footers here, or maybe it's 5 and 6. Let me see here quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, it's 5 and 6 actually. So I mean, I use them for the sheep, the goats, chickens, turkeys, whenever you need to make a quick pen up or you just need to block a gap. They're dead handy. Now they're not going to keep animals in forever. They're just temporary hurdles. They're really handy to have around the place, and they're particularly when you're working on your own. If you've got multiple people on the farm, maybe it's not a necessity, but with me just being myself on the farm, I always find these are dead handy to have around. Another really handy thing on the farm are these little temporary electric fence posts. I use tons of them. I use them for pigs, turkeys, layers, sheep. Pretty much every enterprise in the farm uses them. I even use them sometimes for the bees to keep the sheep and everybody else away from them. So I'm just going to store them for the winter time. Should get they're pretty awkward to store. A bag or a bar like this I find is one of the easiest to get loads of them in nice and neat. This time of year is pretty boring work, getting everything ready for winter, packing everything away nice, but pretty monotonous, boring work. But if you do a good job now, it's going to pay dividends in springtime when you want to get going again, rather than just leaving stuff and not packing it away right. So stitching time saves 9, isn't that what they say? I gotta go take a break and get a cup of tea. Jessie must have found a rotten egg. We've had layers in here last winter, like last January, so what's that, 10 months ago, and oh, the stink in here is bad. Ooh, I need to go get a break. I mean, I can stick some tough smells, but rotten eggs is a real... Jessie Bear is just chilling out watching me do all the work. Okay, we're nearly there. This sheet of ply is really bloody heavy, so I'm kind of working myself up to that. I'm pretty much nearly there. We just got to get the stanchion out and all that cardboard. I'm not looking forward to that either. A little bit about this tunnel. Yeah, regular follower of the channel, way back, you probably know the story of this tunnel. I came here 3 years ago now, just past, and it was just coming into the winter. I had my laying hens, I didn't know where to put them for the winter, so I had to get this tunnel up, and I bought this tunnel brand new. It's 40 foot, 12 meters long, by 4 meters, 12 foot wide, and it cost me €1,000 at the time, and we put it up. We just trenched in the plastic in the sides because my plan was to move it in the spring right over to beside where I put my big polytunnel. I'll never go around to moving it. And this polytunnel, now it paid for itself that winter, in housing the chickens that winter. It paid for itself, but it's got some abuse since. We've had everything in here: turkeys, broilers, layers, goats, sheep, pigs, you name it. So it owes me nothing. If we just take a look around, like I remember one time, well actually the first one is up here, I had some sheep in here and one of them got her head out there and she decided to keep going, made her own door. Then there was this spring I had some pigs in here, and Eve had some trays of, she had just seeded, and she had them sitting down up high down there, and she was taking them out, and she left the gate open behind her, and then the pigs came out and they tossed the tray out of her hand, and then they decided to make their own door. They made one door out this side and they made another door out over here. Poor Eve was devastated about her seeds and the fact she had to tell me that the polytunnel had 2 new doors, but yeah, I'm not worried. My plan is actually with this tunnel of steel is still perfect. I'm going to move it hopefully next spring, summer. I'm going to get it out of here. I'll take the bedding and compost it, and I'll buy a new skin for it, and I'll reuse the ends, the doors. Everything else is perfect, and that's all it is. It's not even concreted in. I knew I was going to move it, so I just drove posts into the ground and I cable tied it onto the posts. So it'll be pretty easy to move, and we'll get it a new skin, and hopefully I want to have some plans for it. I'm not sure yet. I need to talk to Neve. Neve wants to, it's kind of going to be Neve's polytunnel. She wants to set it up as a cool little area, maybe, you know, a nice sensory area, a little pond, some nice flowers. So that's kind of the plan for this tunnel. It's been quite a while since I put this up here. I can't even remember where it's screwed, but I assume I screwed it in the back, between the legs here. So we'll just go at it and see what happens. I repurpose all my hardware, my screws, and then I've got a big bucket. I just throw them all in, and then once a year I sit down and sort through the bucket, size all the screws again, see if the heads are damaged on them. I chuck them out. If the heads are good enough quality, then I repurpose them. We'll need the wheelbarrow to move that thing. She's a bit seen better days. Maybe this is one for the fire pad. Right. We've got a hole outside, and when we get our Eggmobile in, we want to connect to that. I'm just sticking some, this is Polytunnel repair tape on this outside skin. There's a few places where it's been beat up good, like right here. And this is just to stop the rain getting in onto the bedding more than anything. I want to keep the bedding dry. So this is really a patch job. And I only really got to get through this winter with it, so I'll just patch it up best I can. And there's a lot of patches on this guy. I want to get this windbreak on so that we can protect, well, I mean, I don't really need to protect the plastic, but I don't want chickens cutting big holes and then everybody getting out. So I guess I'm just trying to make my life easier in the middle of the winter. Just a couple of steeples on there, and then corner's a bit tricky. I need to get some cable ties. Alright, I got one side done. I'm actually thinking I've just cable tied these two guys together. I'm going to leave the cable, I'm not going to cut them off. That's something that'll stimulate the chickens while they're in here over the winter. They can be pecking at them and they'll flip about, and every little bit helps to keep them stimulated in the winter time. But I'm quite happy with that now. It's nearly 6 foot high of protection. There is these wee bits here, but I don't think they're going to be any issue. So I've got this whole side done. It's time to go and collect eggs now, so I'll either come back this evening or tomorrow and do this side here. And then I also got to put some windbreak in this section and in that section down low. The reason why the windbreak only comes there is when the first year I only had chickens in this over a winter once, and I had my nest boxes across here, so the chickens only had access to up as far as here, and this was like a little holding area. I used to keep wood chip and stuff, but this year I'm going to give them, I'm using this one, I'm going to give them the whole thing. And this door here is going to probably get hung on here, and I'm going to use that as my door to come in and out. I'm going to swing it in the way, but I'll figure that out whenever I get all the sides sorted out. And goats and sheep have done a good job here. They've trampled down and left it pretty well tramped, and now they're onto some good green grass. And very wet weather, but having the really strong sod structure is doing wonders. Makes me really excited, because I know I'm only a short way in the journey of improving the pasture, so it makes me really excited about how far we can take this. This is a before and after shot of the goats. Goats are absolutely terrific at cleaning up ditches. They'll clean that right up, and it just stops the ditch constantly encroaching, you needing to come along with a machine to clean it up. So a few goats in your herd is definitely a winner for me. Okay, it's the next morning. It's a really nice day, so I want to get in the polytunnel here finished, and I've got work outside the polytunnel that I want to get done, so I'm going to speed this up real fast. Check this out. And just like that, the polytunnel is finished. We've got our, I'll flip you around, we've got our windbreak on both sides now for good protection. I'm really happy the birds won't, that'll keep the birds away from the cover. So one of the last jobs on the inside here, I need to set up a grit feeder, which I think I'll just put up against this post here. I want to get my entrance set up, so that means fitting this gate here on here. So I'll probably just do a time lapse of this and get it sorted. Okay, got our door finished. I wanted to put a base plate on it so when the bedding builds up, the door isn't pushing off it when I come in. So that means there our bedding can build up and build up. Oh, what's that? There's a 9-inch board. There's about an inch in the ground, so we can build up about 8 inches. Before that's an issue, that won't be an issue for the winter time. This door lets in good ventilation through the tunnel because it's just chicken wire, but I can't let it hit the polytunnel up there, so I put the stop on it. But the stop also has, that's just some, if we go on the outside, this is just some stones in the bag, because it means every time I go in, the door is going to automatically close behind me. Chickens never get out. And then well, that's there, that's it, totally closed. And to make it so it doesn't hit the polytunnel, what I done is the stones hit there and it stops hitting my polytunnel there. I just repurposed this door. It was a bit big. I could have made the door shorter too, but happy days. The reason why I don't want to use this door is because it's opening out the way, which I don't like, because it's much easier for birds to get out when you open in the way. The birds have to get out of the way. The only chance of them coming out is right where I am, and you shoo them out of the way, and then the door closes behind you. Chickens never get out with that system. So I'm happy with that. I also put in my feeder, my grit feeder for oyster grit, and pretty much now all I got to do is take out that pile of stuff there, and this is ready to go. So now we've got to move on to the outside. Okay, a couple of jobs we've got to do outside. First thing we've got to do is this path here is just wood chips that have composted down. It's getting quite wet, so I want to build this up. And the issue we have here is all the water during the winter comes down along this tree lane here, and a lot of it wants to go down into the polytunnel. So I've actually got see, where are they? I've got some pipes. It's quite difficult to see. Jesse, go away. So we've got some pipes that take the water away under the path and into that drain, and I've got another one up there. But even still, all the water that falls here used to move down into the polytunnel, so I've actually dug out a trench along here to take this water away, and I need to finish my trench. I've only got it 2 here, so I've got another maybe 6 foot to go to get into the drain. And then we'll wood chip all that. I want to make another path of wood chip down along here, because the eggmobile will be down there, so I have to go and collect eggs. So I want to put a path in that, because although it looks nice and green now, walking up and down in it all winter, it'll turn into just a muddy mess. So that's the next job. Yeah, that's our little path ready. Not going to get time to do the other one yet, but I'll get around to that. Tunnel's all ready, and the last thing to do now is to get the eggmobile is going to join in, but I'll wait until I get the eggmobile. So our eggmobile's there. We're going to have to drive it around in that tree lane that way, and then I'll reverse it back in here. It's too big, that tree's kind of in the way, so it'll have to come in at a bit of an angle, and then we'll have to make a tunnel from the eggmobile into the back of the polytunnel. That's it for this video, guys. Hopefully in the next video it's actually me getting the eggmobile docked onto the polytunnel here and get the birds winterized. That'll be a big job done when I get that done, and really get knuckled down for winter time then. Thanks for watching, and if you liked what you've seen, don't forget to hit the like button.